No, but he's attempted a couple of highlights.
Did he sneak up on you one time?
No, we were on the same team, so I was kind of happy for that. But yeah,
Just getting dunked on by anyone sucks. I know that, but getting dunked on by a guy who's 5'8" or whatever he is, does that magnify it a lot?
I think that'll add a little bit extra humiliation to it. And he's looking up at you like I just dunked on you, like that'll definitely make you feel bad. But he's got the hops to definitely do it on anybody.
Has Thad talked to you a little, like, at all about maybe like taking more, like you spoke earlier about taking more like of a leadership role? Has he like kind of singled you out, like, hey, Mark, we need you because you're a junior now, you're the oldest guy on the team, scholarship player? I mean, like, as far as with so much youth on this team and so many guys that left last year, has he like brought that up at all?
Yeah, we've talked about it. We've had multiple conversations about leadership, specifically in practice, because a lot of the guys don't know like the rights and wrongs in practice, different rotations, and specific things coaches are looking for. So in practice, I would just say getting everyone on the same page before practice and then getting a positive mindset so we can come out of practice moving forward.
In being a leader, is that something where you're emulating the people who came before you, or is it something you just find within yourself? You know, how do you basically know how to start in that role?
This kind of reflects on the question you just asked me, to where I ask the coaches for any type of article or any type of video or just some type of advice from them to be able to add different aspects of leadership into what I have already.
Was there any one piece of that information that you gathered that stuck out more to you?
I would say how the classroom could carry over to the court. There was an article about how different aspects of your life can carry over into, well, it was for your work life, but this is what we're here for school and basketball. So I would say how our classes, if you're not doing well in class, how that can affect you in practice and carry over into games.
How would you assess your season last year? You were playing really well. I think you were in double digits, and then you missed the games and you came back, and it just seemed different. How would you assess how last year went?
I mean, last year was definitely a learning experience, but at the end of the day, it was last season, and I'm looking forward to this season.
So there wasn't anything with your game in particular that you saw maybe in the last few games last year that you were hoping to change going into this year?
Not necessarily, no.
Yeah, how big of a season does this feel like for you? Like, whether to prove something or just develop or whatever it is, how big of a season does it feel to you?
I'm not the type of person to say, oh, this is something huge for me specifically. More of a team-oriented type of guy, where I feel like as a team we have a lot to prove. This is a very, very big season for us collectively. I mean, like multiple people have said, they have us 7th or 8th or whatever. So just proving them wrong and help prove us right.
Are you even more interested to prove them right? Because, I mean, clearly no one really knows anything about this team because there are so many new faces. How excited are you to prove them right or wrong, or just get on the court, I guess?
I'm very excited to get on the court. That's the first step to proving them wrong. So just getting on the court and showing what we're capable of.
Thanks, Mark.
Other than the leadership portion of this team, as far as not having any seniors, what's the biggest difference on the court with this year's team, on or off the court from last year to this year?
The biggest difference on the court or off the court?
Yeah. Other than there not being any seniors.
The biggest difference would be a lot of personality. There's a lot of different personalities on this team compared to last year. Which last year there were a lot more conservative, laid-back personalities on the team. And I would say that carries over to our practices and different little small team events that we do.
Who's got the goofiest or like craziest personality on this team?
The goofiest probably personality would be Daniel, probably. Daniels. I don't know. Have you seen? You probably seen the Old Spice commercials with Terry Crews doing all the. That's Daniel. So he's pretty goofy.
Thanks, Mark.
Mark, just in your own game, I mean, what have you kind of focused on this off season? Was there any one or two things maybe you tried to improve on the court?
Something I've tried to improve was low post scoring. From last season, I was more of a perimeter scorer, and just trying to combine perimeter scoring and inside presence as well.
You mentioned you're not a guy who puts a lot of pressure on yourself as much as maybe the team needing to prove something, but you kind of went last year. The role was more of like maybe a secondary scorer. This year, maybe there's options and there's room for guys to kind of emerge as primary scorers. I mean, do you sense that you're a guy with that opportunity?
Yes. Seeing that our leading scorer left, and I was second or third or something like that in numbers, I see there's a lot of opportunity for guys to step into a primary scoring role, and guys have that ability as well. So I'm really looking forward to that.
What about in the Big Ten, Mark? There's some guys in particular that are coming back that you'll enjoy watching, or you can't wait to compete against, or think will be top flight players.
A lot of guys that I would say I was looking forward to kind of left. They were either seniors or they went to the next level. Only guy I can really say is the guy from Toledo, Nigel from Wisconsin. But other than that, I mean, that's just the Toledo thing.
Right. Was this conference wide open then, you think?
I don't know a lot about teams from top to bottom just yet. So I don't have knowledge to really answer that question.
How hard were you rooting for Wisconsin in the national championship?
I was definitely trying to see them win it all. It would make the Big Ten even better. And then them beating Duke would have been great.
How would you